Maybe you can now. I don't know. Where's the camera? I'll tell you one place it's not plugged in. Is this thing plugged in? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks for waiting, guys. Is someone beating the streamer with a baseball bat? God, I hope not. Red took a dump. No, I'm just sitting down. I'm old. I'm sitting down. Alright, let's play a mage. I saw a lot of votes for mage. X-Men is the best shirt. Hey, Squeam. Firefly, good to see everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Even XD's here. Hope you had some fun playing the new Battlegrounds. I'll check it out. I actually didn't play it all today. I was watching everybody, and everybody was getting disconnected, so I was not having as much fun watching. So I was like, I'll just wait. It looked cool, though. I think it'll be fun. I hope, at least. For my friends who play it a little more, like XD and Dog and Crit. I hope that it's fun for them. Thank you, Wicked Kitten, for the raid. And I see a lot of votes for Mage. So while I wanted to play Priest, I guess we'll play a Mage. I hope you had a good stream. I don't know if you were playing Arena or what. It's weird for a month no ads on any channel. Now they're back. Yeah, who was it? PJ said he wasn't getting any ads at all. I prefer the no ads part. Let's take a Conjurer here, and I think I'll take a Click Clock. I follow Wicked Kitten, so I can't follow Wicked Kitten again, but you, Twitch chat viewer, can follow Wicked Kitten for the first time, you lucky dog. I'm going to take a Suspicious Alchemist. Very good if, you know, if they don't get it, which they always do, but maybe they won't. You never know. Let's take a Snapdragon here. I've currently got all Battlecry minions, so plus 29 to my deck probably. Let's see. Lost Exarch's not bad. Ember Whelp is a good card if you get the dragons. Unfortunately, Snapdragon is not a dragon. I was doing VGs and setting up my OBS. Okay, that's fun. Were you getting disconnected like everyone else, or is that getting fixed yet, I wonder? I need an escape from work. Hey, Taz. Let's grab a Lost Exarch. It's not reliant on another card to make it good. All right, let's go Hog Rancher. I think I'm going to take the Whirlweaver here. The bird might not get value. Tear from Reality is okay. Like, these are all good. It's kind of a bummer we have a lot of cards that do nothing, and then you get a lot of cards that can do something together, but Whirlweaver is just, I feel like, the most consistent card here. You didn't have any issues? Okay, I haven't even tried. I'll probably play a little bit off stream. Let's grab an Arcane Overflow. The bird definitely got a little worse not being able to copy Overflow specifically, huh? Grab a 2 or a Cone. I want spells, but I need a 2-drop. Let's just take the 2 and we'll get some spells somewhere else, I'm sure. I love Cold Case, man. Butt Parrot. Is there a command for the download link? Yeah, it'll show up in chat, or you can do, I think we made an ! Hero Wars. I think. Let's grab an Oasis ally here. Red is much louder than the last stream I was watching. I think we got back to, oh, they're a little loud. You know what, here, let's go down a little bit. Is that okay? Maybe something like that. Crank it some more, blow our eardrums out. You didn't say that last part, but it was implied. Hero Wars, yeah, there you go. Let's go Arcanologist. You know, it's cool to get legendaries when this is in your hand. It's cool to play Arcanologist. Well, it's cool to get a legendary. These aren't very good. How many undead do we have? We have one, two, two. That's not a lot. I mean, these are just not particularly strong. That's not Phelan. I'm so glad you're back. Hey, Callie. Yeah, I was gone. My PC was kind of acting up. Now I'm back. I have a different PC now. It is weaker, and I'm a little worried about using this one, but I think I might be able to fix the other one and then maybe make this like a dedicated PC for downloading pornography or something like that. Maybe it's perfect for that. Is there a reason that some cards have a gray border? It's purely cosmetic. You get a couple of like ugly cards here. Let's go Lady Nazjar. Could take a Snowblind Harpy. We have 2 frost spells. I don't hate that. We just don't have any mechs, and we have 1 mech. I think I'll take this and feel a little bad. Is it going to highlight Wicked Kin as a raider for the rest of the stream? Because I can't say I'm a fan of the new feature. No, it lasts like 10 minutes or something. I kind of like it. I wish it lasted like half as long as it does. It only lasts 5. Yeah, maybe it's 5. It's actually kind of helpful if like it's somebody you're not familiar with. But when it's like a regular, it's kind of like a little less useful, but still kind of, I kind of actually like it. I know a lot of people are saying they don't, but yeah, I think however long it lasts, like half as long would be cool. Merchant or Baba Naga? I guess I'll take a Baba Naga here. Don't have a lot of spells, but I'm hoping to get offered some. Let's take a Red Herring over 2 cards that aren't really all that interesting. I think I'll take a Priest here, even though we have some individual secret. I think I'll just take a Priest. Sorceress is good. We'll be like a spell-less mage. I suppose another Baba Naga. A spell-less mage, but then the rest of the deck requires spells to be active. That's kind of what we're going for. Yeah, Amalgam's pretty cool. That's a nice card. I wouldn't mind an Arcane Worm, but Amalgam's good. Draw a spell. If it's a Frost spell, summon 2 1/1s. Currently in our deck, we have 1 Frost, 2 Frost, 1 Arcane, and that's it. That's kind of cool. Getting the 1/1s is nice. I'm gonna take the Worm though. I need some spells. Mech Shark would be kind of cool too with the Amalgam. Being able to discover a guy is kind of a big deal, but it's a beast too, so you get a pretty big pool of stuff. Let's take a Space Rock. That can give some spells, right? I think Bloodguard is an okay card. The other ones I think are kind of bad. I think I'll take a Sorceress here. All right, all we need is like 1 Rune, 1 Drakefire, 5 Spell Coilers. An Arcane Bolt. Yeah, I want to have some spells, I think. I think another Cold Case here, actually. That's a fun card. You can adjust the time. Oh, I can. Where can I do that? Oh, Vast Wisdom's very powerful. And Whirlweaver. All right, let's take the Vast Wisdom. And I think I'll take the 2 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's take 1 more 2. And finally, a Babbling Book or a Diver. Let's take the book. We have very few spells. We're like one of the mages in this meta that can't discover infinite cards. Below the chat, next to the settings icon. Chat settings or mod view? Chat settings? At least we have a red herring. Yeah, that's true. At least we got one of those guys. Window capture. Let's get the deck tracker on screen. Should I even bother keeping these? No, I don't think so. I have a couple. I have a lot of ones, a fair amount of twos. I don't really want to start on 3 or 4 with this deck. Let's give him a greetings. Oh, he got one. He probably doesn't have any spells. There was an early bird Redbeard stream. I'm not sure if he switched servers or retired it. I think we've played it, but you can just delete it if you want. I can't remember. I'm sure it probably went 12, but maybe it went like 2. I'm not sure. Maybe it went 2. I think it actually went 3 or 4. 4 maybe. I think it actually went 4. It was a terrible rogue deck, the Putricide, and we got Putricide once or twice, and it was kind of cool. He just trades this, but what am I supposed to do? I finished the Shaman deck yesterday, and that deck went 8. I paid that one out, and then we did another one. We did another rogue deck after that. Are we going to finish a Shaman deck? Yeah, we did that this afternoon, sorry. I should have paid out the last bet. I think it went 4, though. It said 18 hours ago, did it? Maybe I never paid it out. And then I didn't, maybe I didn't pay it out, and then I started a new run. By the way, I heard you met Xenia and you agreed with her on my being weird. Yeah, definitely. Definitely weird. I was thinking about maybe doing like a whole brand change for you. Instead of XD, you could be like Weirdy. Weirdo. Oh, Redbeard, you're so funny. Agreeing with Xenia makes me weak. It makes you weak, or it makes you look weak? Because I could, you know, I'll support you if you want me to lie about things. Trust me, I love lying. X weirdo. X the weirdo. I guess he doesn't want to be an X-Man. Who doesn't want to be an X-Man? Hey, what's up, Dev? Dev, I got some Crown Zenith, a couple of packs today. Are you excited? Do you think we are getting the Leafeon today, or you think we're going to get one of the gold cards? I wonder. I mean, it's clearly we're going to get one of those type of cards. Let's go with a 1-drop, a 2-drop, another 1-drop, and some thing that shoots his guy. And Glaceon's my call. Oh yeah, Glaceon and Leafeon are my 2 favorites, so yeah. Does that mean you're not freezing cold? I'm actually cold. As soon as I sat down, I'm like, man, I need my blankie. I was thinking to myself, I need my blankie. The Rogue went 8 and we didn't pay it out. Then we started the Shaman. Oh my days. Well, we could always just delete it. I feel like I don't, no idea. This is why I don't do the bets. I can't keep track of anything. Probably pick up a Neptulon. Never lucky. Let's just play this big frozen stinker. You need a scarf. That's what you need. Sylveon, oh yeah, Sylveon, Leafeon, and Glaceon. Those are my 3 favorites. And Growlithe. Good thing Tony wasn't here this afternoon to see this betting travesty. Tony's back in a prison in the Philippines, probably. Once the banks collapsed, so too did Tony's freedom. But Yeah, I'm cold right now. It's the funny guy, King Charles, 69. He is funny. He was trolling Dreads today, and I was laughing. I was laughing about that. What the fuck is that? This Combustor? God damn him. Is this that's an elemental? Well, that was incredibly rude. Why does he keep blowing up my board? How do I spend this mana? I guess I start here, maybe. That draws me a cold case. Yuck. I mean, hitting him one more time with that and it's curtains for him. The 9 mana card looks sick and gold in this one. I like that he has fangs. Stupid looking card. Hopefully Dreads will learn the way of the tray. Oh, he's never gonna learn the way of the tray. I had to turn my aircon all the way down to 23C today. Let's see, I don't know how many F that is. 23C to F. Huh? That's like, why would you turn it on to that? What? That's like too hot. Why not turn it down to like 20C? Isn't it 55? It was 73. What's your collection level in Snap? I don't remember. Maybe Taz remembers. One win. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It looks like he has a better mage deck than we had, but we got the win. Well played. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Watch your language, XD. You got a foul mouth. You keep saying the H word, you're going to end up in hell yourself. C is times 2 plus 20, roughly. So 10C is 20, 40. That's not right, is it? 23 is bordering on uncomfortably cold. My God. That's alarming. I want this, but I don't want to play it. I'll play it eventually. I'm going to keep all this in. C is 1.8 plus 32. I think your collection level is about 2.8k. Okay, 2.8k. Haven't gone up too much in the last couple of days, but I will. Don't worry. Oh, I will. 70's too hot for me. I like a nice like low 60s maybe. Low 60s. Oh yeah, you can just do that. Should I just shoot his guy? Sure, why not? 69's just right. Sometimes I prefer the 69. I'm gonna take this Ignite. I don't want to give him a Water Ellie anytime during this game. Plus a little bit of burn. I think our deck probably values a little bit of burn a bit. Plus I also think he's most likely to take Oasis Ally. Killing that is so very important. I'm only getting a 3/3, but I'm killing a very powerful minion, so I guess it's maybe worth it. Kitten is a snowman confirmed. I like 40. I like 40 when I'm inside. It's cold out. And is this where the cool people hang out? What's up, Porygon? Trash Queen was here. You must be maybe together. You know, physically here. I hope you're doing well. There's some cool people here. It's snowing, but it's warm snow. Does that mean you're... What does that mean? Alright, let's play the 4. One thing I like about it is I get a couple of 2/2s. I activate this dingus. What is 40 in Celsius? Like 6 maybe? 8, maybe 8. Wisconsin sucks. Winter seems like it never ends. Well, that's disappointing. I guess I'm finding a beast, or I'm skipping this play. I think I'll just... God damn, there are some good beasts, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I just want a 2-3 on the board. What are the best beasts I could get offered? I don't know. Hey, Embassy, what's up? I've heard Wisconsin sucks. Don't eat the yellow snow or the chocolate snow. Trash Queen Gifton won a Porygon Z Master to her boyfriend, I think, or maybe husband, her best friend and her lover. Thank you so much, Trash Queen. Gifton won to Porygon Z Master. I don't know if this is good or not, but I'll tell you one thing. I cast it. Boyfriend? Fiance. Oh, okay. Fiance. Well, I was close. I said maybe husband. That's about the same, right? That's about the same. I think Aaron Rodgers was saying something about Wisconsin. Did he sign with the Jet or get traded to the Jets or something? I heard them talking about that, but that's great. You guys are gonna do so much love making when you're married. After holding out all this time, probably for such a status, such a change in status. He's going to be on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow and probably announce then. Oh, okay. It's like kind of like everyone's kind of talking about it, as though it's going to happen. I guess I'll take that. I wanted to throw everything face. I have a lot of damage here. I hope so. I'm done with this hype. I'm ready for a new brand for the Packers. There's an insider who predicted the Garoppolo move to the Raiders, who said he has already signed with the Jets too. Oh. Well, don't they have another young quarterback, the Packers? Like the Jordan Love? Is that the name of a player? Have I made that up? Jordan Love, yeah, okay. Jordan Love is a bust and a half. I don't know anything about him. I just listened to the Bill Simmons podcast and the Ryan Russillo podcasts, and I'm pretty sure I heard those words. Baba Naga. So that's 3, 4, 5. How do I know if I finished the Hero Wars thing? You got to get your team to level 10. It takes about 5 minutes. There's a daily quest thing with a little red dot at the top. If you're just like doing the campaign for like a minute or two, I did that. Then I clicked all the daily quest stuff, and I was like done. You did all the daily quests. If it shows in the top left, your little profile, if you get that to 10. It took me like maybe 6 minutes, I'm not sure. Do you think a 3-mana summon a Piranha Swarmer is a fair hero power? That would probably be pretty bad, wouldn't it? I'm going to just keep these 2. 6 minutes too easy? Something like that. I had played actually a little bit, because I think I did it for Dreads. I think we only had to get to like level 5 or something, or maybe it was just to get to like level 2 or something on Dreads. But I had an account that was already at like a few levels, but then I was like, I wonder how long it takes, and then like just a few minutes. Like we did it yesterday and we were there. Do you get money each time or just when you hit a goal? This one is when we hit a goal, and I think our first goal is like 70. It's not a per download, although that's what I prefer. But the first goal is actually, I think, attainable. We need to hit the goal, guys. Let's go. I'm downloading now. Yeah, oh man, yeah. We'll see. That'd be cool. But yeah, there's three different goals. So there's like 70, 140, and 210 maybe. That's my guess of how it's structured. Maybe I just hit here. I feel like our deck wants to push the damage, but maybe against a hunter going first with a perfect curve so far, maybe we want to make some trades. I need a new game. I don't think I can do Battlegrounds or Arena at the moment. Is it because of all the technical issues, or do you just not like the buddies? I hate the buddies. Oh, yeah. I didn't really like. I was just watching Dreads and XD a bit today, and a little bit of Dog. I feel like in Battlegrounds, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there are any real comps anymore. It used to be like, you know, get a Deflecto and some resets, like get a Bran and like a couple of types, or like a Light Fang. Used to be like get a Hogger, and I feel like since Undead specifically, it's like, oh, I have like four like shitty minions. This is my new comp. It's like four shitty minions plus like, you know, a 5-drop I tripled into that isn't good. That's what I have. Do you have a command for Hero Wars? There's 5 of them in my app store. Yeah, if you do ! Hero Wars, the right one should come up. There's also a banner below the stream. If you're watching on desktop, it's a little easier to find it. But if you're on mobile, I think you can get there too. But you have to download it through the Redbeard link for it to count. So if you just go to like the store and do it, it won't count. Scaling comps are just bad right now, which isn't good for the game. Yeah, it's like better when there's good scaling comps instead of just like you just tempo out your buddies, or like you just tempo out like a crappy collection of Menagerie cards. Let's build a snowman. I guess Oasis Ally is a better card. I'm just not so sure I can really deal with Hope of Kael'thas this early. If XD is telling you there are bad things in the meta, you fucked up. Wait, XD is always mad. He always hates the meta. I love watching XD. He hates them all. Doesn't he? There's always some bad things. Yeah, he's kind of like Redbeard. Like, you play enough, you're just gonna hate it. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. This isn't very good. Blaze Lord, thank you for the Prime. I know you probably won't play much Standard. What's your first opinion on the ETC from today? We looked at the new cards earlier. As somebody that hasn't played WoW, I never really get the flavor or the lore really much. The music stuff seems a little goofy to me, to be honest with you. I don't really get it. If I played the game and there's like some like fun rock and roll or whatever, maybe like it might be cool. But the flavor of like Castle Nathria I didn't like. The flavor of the music stuff's kind of not been too cool, I feel like, so far. But I looked at some of the cards and there were some interesting cards, and I guess that's what I could care about the most. Darkmoon Faire had a Metalhead band members. Who are the Metalhead band members? It's Trolls World Tour. There was no reason for them to do a Rocky version, but they did anyways. Rocky? The Boxer? I think there's already a huge flavor fail. There was that mech card, the 3 mana 4/3 combo deal damage type guy. Definitely should have been called Mech Tyson. That's a big whiff. I really like that the mini set had a Frost and a Blood DK card. I like that they've already revealed a Frost Blood Unholy DK card. I think that's really cool. And I hope that I hope that they do something like that for the other classes. It feels so strange that they would have such a like smash hit mechanic for one class while completely ignoring it for the others. I don't really get that. I'm gonna coin this out. I'm hoping it'll be hard for him to kill it and develop something, but if he can, well then. Rock music, not Rocky the Boxer. Oh, okay. And what's Trolls World Tour? Is that like, what is that? I'm sorry. I wasn't understanding most of those words. Do you ever buy the pre-bundles? No. Blizzard lately has sent me a bundle. They've sent me a couple to give away and one to have. Last expansion, I actually just gave them all away. On accident, I gave away one extra. I didn't do it out of the kindness of my heart, though. I was like, oh, I always like having one, get some cards on the first day, but I was like, oh, okay. I think somebody actually scammed me, but I wasn't sure. And they were messaging me on Discord, and they were being kind, so I was like, I'm like, okay. I either gave one person two, or somebody made like a fake account or something, I'm not sure. I kind of had to applaud the effort if it was somebody scamming me. I'm gonna not play this one, even though I want to hold this, because, you know, a 2-mana 4/5 at some point is going to just be so much more impactful. Soon Ripper's going to have to learn to play guitar or drums on stream while playing Hearthstone to be top tier. I know how to play the guitar quite proficiently. Should I just kill his guy, or should I create some cards? Is this an arcane card? Sure. Yeah, I can play the guitar quite proficiently, I feel. Although I haven't played the guitar in a little while now, but I think I could pick it up. And you never played a song? I did. You're relatively new here. I used to play some beautiful, beautiful songs for Twitch chat. Boy, that was really good for killing nothing. You can play the guitar proficiently, play every song ever. He played Wonderwall over and over again. I don't remember. I probably learned Wonderwall at some point. I actually didn't learn a ton of songs. I actually liked to record and kind of like make my own songs, or just like strum some different like chord progressions and stuff like that. But when I first learned the guitar, my buddy was, I actually had a friend from work teach me. He actually, I was going to play one of the songs, although I'm not sure if I might get DMCA'd for playing my friend's song, I'm not sure. But he's actually a great jazz guitarist. And, you know, he plays, you know, they were in a hip hop kind of funk jazz band called Simple Citizens. And he was teaching me, but he would come over and he'd teach me scales and like, you know, simple chord progressions, like the caged chords, and then a little more. But I would be like, well, can you teach me like some songs? He's okay, but you got to learn, like, you know, it's like you got to learn this stuff too. So he would come over and I would ask him to teach me a Led Zeppelin song. And then he would spend half the lesson like teaching me like the first half of a Zeppelin song, and then like the chords they were using, like he would like teach me about those. We need to start up Red's Guitar Fund. Well, I had to blow some extra money on a second PC, so I'm trying to earn my money back. It was an unexpected expense, but you know, yeah, people will probably download Hero Wars or something, right? I need that. I guess I need that too. Oh, that costs 2. That costs 0 though. Okay, well, not dead if I rip that. And maybe Arcane Defenders is like good. Certainly, probably not good enough, but maybe it's good, you know. He's Peter Tosh and you're Bob Marley in that story. Who's Peter Tosh? And why am I Bob Marley? Was he Bob Marley's guitar teacher? But yeah, the first song I ever learned was Dire Maker, Jamaica by Zeppelin. And looking back, it was definitely not the best first song to learn. And my buddy, wow, he just threw that away. What if we had pulled a red herring, dude? Um, that was the first song I ever learned, and it's a very difficult song to learn for a beginner. Those stupid ding, 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 ding. Like that's those some hard progressions and some hard picking too. Some difficult stuff. And then the second song I learned, I don't know, man. The second song I learned was Tangerine, I think, by Zeppelin as well. And then the third song I learned was, I think, Over the Hills and Far Away, which might have been a contributing factor to why it was very difficult to learn songs. Those were hard, man. Those were, but they were cool. And then at some point, I had a little Zeppelin like tab book. The internet existed around this time, but I had a little Zeppelin tab book. It had a couple of the, had probably, the first couple of albums or something. And then I bought a Queen tab book. I ended up learning, I think, Love of My Life. It was one of the other, relatively early songs I learned. But that was a mistake. And then I very rarely learned, I don't know if I ever learned another Queen song. Maybe a song or two. But it was very hard. Queen tracks were so hard. Brian Meza, he's a really good guitarist. Is he just testing for counter, or does he have a way to... Hope he doesn't. Got to level 7 by following the button clicking train for 5 minutes. Yeah, you're almost there, Dev, but thank you. Thank you for checking it out. I got my first Fires deck, and it was 29 cards in a deck I didn't want to play, and Fires, I ended up going 7, because if I got Fires, I won, and if I didn't, I lost. So I full mulled every game. Yeah, that's actually not too bad, right? So, I wish he didn't have my Deathborn. What do I have? Just some shitters? Some giga shitters? This owl is gonna kill me. Do I have a spell that's even good? I can't really... I'm gonna die to the owl. What could I get here? There's nothing I can get that will help me here. But if he Deathborns, then I just die anyway, don't I? I might just be dead. I don't know. He goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Maybe all of his Deathborns are going to hit me in the face, right? Because they go off before my 2/2s hit the board. Imagine learning an instrument is a lot like learning art. You want to jump into all the fun stuff, like your favorite songs, but you really should be spending years learning the boring basics and the theories and practicing them on repeat. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really simplistic stuff you can learn on the guitar that sounds really good and impressive and feels very fulfilling. And I don't know much about art, but I would imagine that's partially true too. But yeah, you're better off just learning different hand strengthening techniques and stuff like that. This game felt a lot like we went second and we were behind turns 1 through 14 and then died on turn 15. It felt bad. Is Hero Wars a card game? No, it's... I really need they need to come up with a... It's a mobile RPG. Where you use energy, and it refreshes over time, and then you equip your heroes with a lot of gear, and you unlock new heroes with like gems, which are almost like a premium currency kind of. It's kind of like one of those games. Depends if you're soloing a rhythm guitar. Not that rhythm guitar is necessarily easy. Yeah, I mean, ripping like, metal solos and playing like Jimi Hendrix is very difficult. But yeah, like, I mean, you can play some incredibly difficult rhythm guitar. But if you're just strumming, a C and an A minor and a G or whatever, like, you could probably learn it in, 2 or 3 days. And you could probably play, 85% of 90% of all songs you've probably ever heard once you can learn like 4 or 5 chords. I don't know, I'm not gonna pre-edit. The person teaching everyone online said to draw a realistic square over and over for months. But everyone wanted to paint big fantasy scenes and sexy characters and skimpy outfits. Were you the former or the latter in that story? Which type of characters were you painting? When I was first learning guitar, I was learning how to just use the C key. And then I learned how to strum. And then I moved on to more stuff. And it helped me a lot. Yeah, I think it did. It probably did that. Was your teacher Squidward? Mine or Tasney's? My teacher, his name was Judson. Judson McDaniel. I don't know if anybody remembers some of the stories I've told about one of the characters from work when I was at Target. His name was Chilton Dulay. Chilton Dulay. I've changed my mind because of that hit. But Chilton Dulay was a strange man. Like, he was like in his late 40s maybe, from the Philippines. He was a very strange man. Very nice man, but very strange. And at some point he stole Judson's identity. He used his own profile picture on like Facebook, but he said nobody would accept his friend requests when he had a Facebook profile named Chilton Dulay. So he changed it to Judson McDaniel and just posted his own photo, and he said he made a lot of friends. But he spent a lot of his time in visiting the bars and the clubs in West Hollywood. And then I remember I saw Judson McDaniel with a lot of, gentlemen suitors that kind of upset him a little. And I was like, hey, Judson, check it out. You're very popular. You're very popular on Facebook lately. And he was like, Chilton, you can't take my picture. But, I had all these random gentlemen from West Hollywood. Level 10. I hope you got credit. Thank you very much, Dev, for checking it out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully that counter goes up to 20. Oh, man. Usually, I painted portraits into landscapes, but would say no to drawing skimpy ladies. My problem is body proportions and movements are very difficult to learn. I find of all the skimpy lady portraits and pictures that I look up, the proportions are at least consistent. So once you learn that one, you're kind of set. To draw, you need to study biology and anatomy and materials and physics and so many things. It's crazy. That is crazy. I'm also very cold. My teacher was Squilliam Fancy Son Virtual. What does that mean? I guess AJ. Can we call that person AJ? Like, keep this whole hand. Just draw an hourglass and then trace a human outline over it. The hourglass figure is nice, but what I prefer, personally, is kindness. And someone that'll agree to do schmecks with me. That's my favorite type of partner. That's my favorite type of partner. Hourglass Tasney. Tasney, from what I recall from her stream, has a very nice shape to her. Very womanly. Ba-ba-ba-boom, baby. Yeah. Maybe it's an Australian thing. Smelly head, deformed poet, Tasney. I used to have an 8th grade teacher named Mrs. McComb, and she had a reverse hourglass figure. I don't know what that means. like the top of a muffin, because a muffin is a very delicious treat. I think you got a nice shape too. I got a shape like a I don't know, like a Q-tip maybe, or like a lollipop with hair, a little bit of hair on top of it. But thank you. I'm under the impression that is coming back with the ladies. They are like, ooh, look at that lollipop. Isn't reverse hourglass still an hourglass? That's actually a good point. We're shaped like a sexier version of Gerard Butler. You can tell he's got a big dumper. I had a friend, more like a classmate that I despised in high school, and not high school, but I went to elementary and middle school with him. His name was Dustin Johnson. Dusty Johnston, they called him. And I remember, like, nobody liked him. He was a nice enough kid, but, like, nobody, like, in elementary school, nobody cared. And then middle school, nobody cared. And then in high school, I remember all the girls telling me, because I was kind of like acquaintances with him. They're like, "Oh, you're friends with Dusty Johnson?" I'm like, "Yeah, who cares?" Dusty Johnson. They're like, "Yeah, he's got a huge ass." I remember they always told me that. Like, he's got a huge ass. Do you think you can get him to talk to us? It's like, what? Does he have a huge ass? One, I don't want to be involved in this. And two, what do you mean huge ass? And then I looked and he did. He had a huge ass. I remember it was shocking at the time. It was shocking to me. I was like, wow, yeah, that young man has a huge voluptuous ass. Women like a big rump. Yeah, I thought it didn't matter, but apparently it does. And of course, why wouldn't it? Dumper Johnson. I don't know what kind of line of work he went into, but unless he was testing seat cushions or taking his clothes off for money, man, he was probably doing a disservice to society. Do I want an undead or an elemental? I want to play these three. I want to draw a frost spell, ideally. Team America with the fat raid. Speaking of fat dumpers, Team America's got one. Thank you, PJ. I was watching you while you were playing Apex today, and while I was gonna leave, not because I was watching you play Battlegrounds initially, and I was like, oh, okay. But you're like, oh, you're gonna do the bounties. Like, okay, let me leave it on. So I left it on. I hope you got the payout. I was so bad. Yeah, sometimes chat likes to watch us be bad at things because we just play something we're relatively proficient at over and over again. $44? Hell yeah, man. I have that bounty. I'm not even going to bother doing it. I would play it. I would play it if I thought I could get paid for it. I have a lot of bounties right now that I'm fairly certain I have like zero shot at. I have a Men's Warehouse bounty though, actually. I think I'm going to try to do that one. What? Oh, that was from the thing. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, why not? Chat wants to watch the world burn. Hey, chat from Almost Heaven, West Virginia. What's up, Ty? Are you gonna model it? They just want me to browse the website. Sometimes they'll give you a gift card, like the Domino's one. They gave you a gift card. They give me a $50 gift card to browse Domino's and then order the potatoes. But and then I ordered a pizza too and stuff. I had $7 left over. I was like, But anyway, okay. But this one doesn't have a gift card. That'd be cool if they gave you like a $100 gift card, bought a shirt or something. That'd be down. Do you guys have to sell us suits? You just have to browse the website. They don't. It wasn't really like like buy like a specific thing or something. Do I want to do this? I want to be just like you. Remember when Dread said that and then, you know, started screaming? I want to be just like you. You did that one? Oh, yeah. I got a little nervous reading the description. They were like, if you fail to, you know, and they always say stuff like this, but it was like, I feel like it was worded very strongly. Like, if you fail to follow directions, your bounty will be canceled. And I was like, there was so little directions. I was like, what do you mean? The direction was like, go to the website and browse it. I was like, oh. What part am I not doing? What part of that could I not do that would elicit you to yell at me like this? What's the deal with Dreads? He's a guy. He's a guy that does some stuff. But I appreciate it, man. I hope we shouted out PJ, Team America. I hope. Make sure you download PlateUp. I downloaded Steam. I guess I need to re-download PlateUp. Let me test it out and make sure. This PC's like pretty not powerful. I'm gonna try, I think, tomorrow to re-download Windows for the other PC and see if I can get it working. I'm gonna download the Media Tool Creator Kit thing on this PC and see if I can have a more seamless time doing that. You guys should play the new Turbo mode. I'm down. We've been doing better. I feel like we've been doing better. You may disagree. Vengeful is at least kind of powerful. Oh, but I'm just gonna get a 1/1. All this stuff is kind of crap, no? Maybe it'll screw with them. Like it'll screw them up a bit, maybe. I mean, we didn't get offered a Frozen Touch. We didn't get offered a Ruined Orb. What else are you really looking for? Like an Oasis ally. Another Oasis ally would be pretty good. Boy, that was deduced quite easily, quite quickly. Shouting out Team America. Here, look. I'm gonna hit the... Oh, I was actually watching PJ. And he yelled at someone. He was... Well, that's a nice... it's kind of a nice play at the Wind Fury. I can't remember what you were yelling at someone about. I was kind of half asleep. I took a little nap. Someone was getting in trouble, though. I'm talking to the game, just for the record. Is that like the literal only spell that does nothing? He yells at chat more than Dreads, but he flies under the radar. Poor Pam gets yelled at every day. Had a big comeback game, and I was giving people shit for not playing me. Yeah, you were like, you couldn't hear them. And I was like, oh no, poor PJ's lost his hearing. And then you were insulting them to their face. I liked it though. Quantum, what's up, man? I'm okay. I've actually got a bit of a stomach ache that's sort of lasted 2 days. Which I'm not sure at what point I should be concerned. Maybe now's that time. I don't know. I feel like it's maybe like gas. Have I pooped? Yeah, but it wasn't like a satisfying poop, you know. And the blood comes out. Yeah, looked like normal. I don't know. Just old and dying, I think. Dr. Stein deserved it today. What did he do today? I like Dr. Stein. I never can tell if Dr. Stein likes me. I assume he doesn't, but Dr. Stein's kind of a strange man. Strategically held. Strategically held. Man, our deck was such shit, man. He has an aura of bad luck. I hit level 10. But I haven't seen the counter go up. Okay, thank you, Vactor. Let me refresh it and see if it Sometimes it sticks, maybe. No. Maybe sometimes they take a little time. Does the computer count? I think the computer counts too. The desktop version, I think. You have stomachache? Yeah, I'm not sure why. It's not like bad, and it kind of goes away when I release some gas. But I feel like I've been having more gas lately. I know you guys joke about me being like this gas master, but I feel like I've been having more gas, and it's kind of like, do you feel nauseous? No, I don't feel nauseous. Too many cashews? Maybe, actually. Maybe I'm like, I don't know. Drink some prune juice or some black coffee. Maybe I'll get some prune juice. Our deck felt awful. Eating Dominoes will make you gassy. Well, I've only eaten Dominoes once in like the last like 3 months, maybe. But yeah, Dominoes will rip you up. You need some lemon and some water. All right, what I'm gonna do right now is open 2 Pokemon packs. These ones weren't sent by Dev's shop, so if they're bad luck, then so be it. What are we playing? Shaman, Warlock, Priest. I will play a little Priest. I like Priest. I thought I had found some Evolving Skies, but it actually just had 5 Brilliant Stars in it, which isn't bad. Brilliant Stars isn't a bad set, but I wouldn't have bought it if I knew. I need to go back on the chicken and potato diet, maybe. You felt good on that. Yeah, what have I've been eating, what did I eat today? Oh, I actually bought like some lunch meat and just made like a sandwich. It was actually kind of good, but I didn't eat when I woke up. Kind of because my stomach's been hurting. Come back to poop convos. No, it's more like stomach ache convos. Chat's like telling me to make sure I stay regular. But yeah, I need more potatoes maybe. Broccoli or cauliflower make me stink. It's not nice, but I love them. This is the Brilliant Stars pack. We're going to do a Brilliant Stars versus Crown Zenith here real quick. Redbeard's gonna get like the most amazing Pokemon card probably. Did you set up the fancy new scenes for Pokemon yet? Oh yeah, Taz was gonna do that for us, right? Haven't opened Brilliant Stars in a little while. Wow! From the Trainer Gallery. Trainer Gallery's cool. Okay, I'm in. I'm back in on Brilliant Stars. We actually have one of this already, but that's a cool one. Areola's Premonition. And the big hitter, some ugly cat. But that's the cool thing about Brilliant Stars, is you can get a dud, but then it can have a cool card in it. Zooming in shows how thin your arms are. Yeah. I actually probably should work out. But, okay. So we have to beat an Areola's Premonition. Red's arms look fine if you see mine. Taz has very thin arms, but she is also a... like a 90-pound woman. And, you know, everybody can have different size arms, but, you know. All right, if I live through my stomach ache and it stops hurting, then I'll start working out. I'm pretty confident that's not how you say that name. Yeah, I know. Acerola or something, but wasn't Areola funnier? All right, Crown Zenith. Haven't opened a lot of Crown Zenith. Man, Crown Zenith has been so cruel to me overall. $8 Ultra Rare, not bad. Yeah, that one's cool. I have that one. I think I'm missing the Umbreon, which is like, I think the biggest Trainer Gallery hit from there, but let's see who we got in Crown Zenith. Maybe we can get a Leafeon or Glaceon, maybe? You never know. Maybe we can get a big ugly whale. It looks kind of cool though. Nice art. And the big, well, I think the best hits usually come in the second to last slot in Crown Zenith. But hey, you know what? Stoutland and Acerola, I'd say Brilliant Stars won that round, but you know, 2 hits. Can't hate on that. I'm gonna guess I weigh 153. Me? I don't know. I haven't weighed myself in a while, but yeah, I think I topped out around 155. if I were to guess, an honest guess, I would bet I'm closer to like 150 these days. When I was a young man, I usually was around 130 or 135, but I do have an old man gut now a bit, so it's all in the gut. How tall am I? I'm 5'10". 5'10". Okay, let us draft a priest, and perhaps we will get an incredible priest deck. Void Shard, okay. I guess that's not too bad. Well, I'm glad I'm glad I meet your approval for human shape. We call that the dad bod. Yeah, I've got the dad bod for sure. I was watching like a YouTube short, and it was like a young man interviewing young women. I typically don't like to watch those, but sometimes they come up, and they were asking them if they liked guys with dad bod. I was like, oh, you know, this maybe they do. And they're like, oh yeah, we love dad bod. There's like these two like hot ladies with their hanging out or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. This is nice. And then he's like, okay, well, here's a picture of dad bod. And it was like Elon Musk with his shirt off. And they're like, ew, that's gross. And I was like, that guy's got $180 billion and looks like me, and they don't want him. And they're like, no, we like Daniel Craig or something. You know, he was all ripped and James Bond. And they're like, yeah, that's not really dad bod. But how big's my rump? It's almost non-existent. All right, let's grab Mind Eater. I like that card. I like Call to the Grave, too. How much of that weight is cheese and cashews? I haven't really eaten a ton of cheese lately. Not a ton, although I did buy some Swiss cheese today, but I put it on a sandwich with some bread and some turkey and some lettuce. I like Call to the Grave, though. Could build a shadow deck. Ooh, Cannibalize. Wow. 3 good cards here. I think you take the Cannibalize, but I like Incriminating Psychic quite well as well. This card's just so good. To look at, sure. To cuddle up to, we want the dad bod. Some ladies do. I don't know if these 19-year-old babes with their arses hanging out on the street that this young man was interviewing, maybe they have different priorities, or they, you know. And I don't blame them. There's nothing wrong with wanting like a guy with a hot bod, just like there's nothing wrong with wanting a gal with a nice bod or two. You know, I think that stuff matters more. It felt to me like it mattered more the younger I was. But you know, no shame in wanting. You know, you want to be attracted to the person you're spending time with, whether they be a dad bod or something else. Boobas or butt? I think both are great. I think it's more important that there's a lady that'll agree to see me naked from time to time, and whether she's got one or the other or neither or both, you know, it doesn't matter that much, truly. I'm at level 75 in Hearthstone. Should I be playing more to get to 100 before the battle pass? I mean, if you're enjoying it, I wouldn't grind to level 75 for like no reason, but I think it's you get more rewards 75 to 100 than you get 50 to 75. I'm gonna jam this Lady Prester and be quite happy. I love Prester. Kazakus is already like irrelevant, and I think Prester's better than Variant anyway. Plus, I think Prester's fun. So, I'll take a Peasant. I don't necessarily want Mistress. It could be okay though. We have some high value cards already, but there's some undead synergy with Priest too, in particular. We like different stuff at different ages. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I never really know what I want, but I know I'm a lot more confident in like who I am. I feel a lot less inclined to like make. I want to say this, and it's going to sound a little bad. I don't want it to, but it's going to sound a little bad. I'm less inclined to like make sacrifices for someone else to be with someone else. You know what I mean? I like what I like. I am who I am, and I don't think I'm a bad person. And that doesn't mean like I can't improve or I can't like make concessions and stuff. But I don't want to like this person's like, oh, like I don't like when you do that. It's like, I won't do that. When you're 20 and you know you think it's the last time you might ever have sex or something, you're like, I better, you know. I don't like your friends or something. Oh, my friends are cooler than you probably, so you know. You know, forget it. I should take Sentinel, but I'm gonna take Amulet because that's just one of my favorite cards. So there's that. Take Armor here. I think Void Player is like a playable card. I guess Sun Fury is not bad either. But I'll take Armor. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, yeah. But I think when you're younger, when I was younger, it felt like relationships were about like both people like sacrificing things so that the other person was like happy. But I think it's more important that like ideally neither one of you sacrifice anything and you're both happy. That would be better. Sounds kind of simplistic when you put it that way, but I think it really should probably be more like that than you're both like miserable. Also, sorry, I don't have sound effects yet. I have to re-download that program or something. Don't worry, I'll pay back all the points. We won't. Everyone who uses them, we won't pay them. We won't complete them. You'll get them all back someday, with interest. We're hard mulling for Presser? I don't think so necessarily. We don't have any bad cards in our deck right now. I don't know why we would mulligan mulligan a 2-drop away for a 6-drop. Let's grab Mass Reveler. That seems good for us. These cards I do not like. Time to grind with Aggro Pally. Yeah, man. Yeah, good luck, Dev. Glad you have that mindset now. Well, you know, it's not all like good necessarily, you know. It's just, I think you want to be more particular about the things that you like. You want someone else to change, or you want to change about yourself. Like if you're like a real big jerk or something, yeah, you should change a lot about yourself. But if you're really not that big of a jerk, you shouldn't have to change too much, because then you're gonna like resent the other person, or it's gonna, you know, you're gonna like, you know, it's gonna like existing is gonna become a chore, you know. Like, oh, I better not say this. Oh, I better not do that. It's like everything in my nature, I gotta change. What if you're Dreads? It's time to bail. It's time to go live with the animals in the forest. Everyone's a jerk deep down. I don't think so. I think most people are pretty cool. But I think a big part of it too is when you're young, you don't really know what you want. You don't know what you want. So it's like when you get a little more sure of what you want and who you are, it's a lot easier to just say like, hey, this is important to me. And if someone says, hey, well, that's, you know, well, I don't like that, then you're like, okay, well, that's good. That's good that you don't like that. And now that I know we shouldn't date or we shouldn't associate because it's important to me, you know. I dated a gal when I first started streaming, and she was very against me streaming. And I was like, oh, okay, like, all right, well, maybe I'll take this day off, or maybe I'll do, you know. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, no, like, I like streaming, and I don't have a job. And I want this to be my job someday. So ideally, you'd want to be with somebody who was like, yeah, you should stream as much as you want, and one day maybe you'll make it. You know, you want somebody who will motivate you and inspire you and support you, rather than tell you that what you do is dumb and you should do something different. Let's take the dragon. I don't really like Azir Drake. I have 3 2-drops. I'm going to take another Azir. I have Amulet. I have Prester. I'm going to want to draw cards, I think. Brewmaster for some of the dragons, maybe. Women trying to take my arena content away. Well, men and women both, I think, do similar things. I'm just being supportive, not trash hinger. What's a trash hinger? Effort. Well, yeah. I mean, that lady's long gone, and that's for the best. You know, when you break up with somebody and everybody tells you for the best. I realized very shortly after that was very much so for the best. She was the only person I think I ever dated that wasn't really a good person. Other times you have, you know, disagreements and you have different priorities and stuff. Maybe you have difficulty communicating, but I don't think I'd ever dated somebody else that wasn't a good person. I'm gonna take Creepy Painting, even though I'm not very happy about it. And a Bloody Knight or a Sun Fury. I have a fair amount of heal. I guess I'll just take this. I'm a priest. It's probably a little better than priest, right? Hello? I didn't like pick 9 cards, did I? All right, let's take a Baba Naga. And I do like having a Northshire Cleric. That's nice. I do like a Partner in Crime. That card is pretty good. The Light It Burns is nice. I like Dungeoneer too, but let's grab the Light It Burns. Excuse me? I thought I was playing Arena, not Battlegrounds. I didn't know I was supposed to disconnect 6 times a second. Diver's the best card here. Prisoner's great with Prester. It's a good 2 as well. I guess I'll just take the Diver, and it's okay. I need more 2s though. Let's grab a Trawler. Maybe we'll get a Phelan. I could take the 3. I could take another 2. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't mind a 6th 2. Singing Undead. I don't really love this card. It's an awful Prester stat line. We're not pulling any big undeads ever. I think I'm just going to take 1 more 2 and then hopefully can round out the curve a bit. Embalmer with how many undead? Wow, very good with Mind Eater. Not too good. I mean, if you're getting Mind Eater specifically, it's good. Clear Conscience is a good card too. I guess I'll take it. Bunker. I think I'll take a Bunker over a Dark Iron Dwarf. We don't have any Novas. We don't have any Condemns or anything like that right now. This card's fun. I like this card. BG's is taking over the system. I want a partner in crime at this point in my life. I don't know. Maybe my crime days are behind me. I want somebody that'll sit on the couch with me. That has a hard time breathing during physical exertion. No, I don't know. Somebody. Yeah. Somebody nice is good. Somebody with a butt that won't quit. What does Homer say? Someone to nap with. Yeah, nice little nappy poo. Someone to open Pokemon cards with. Hey, we went to 21 in Hero Wars. That was probably Dev. And who else did it? Someone else did it and said it didn't go up. We had 2 people that said they did it, and then it went up by 2. That's cool. You know what's, I think, good is someone, like I think I want to be with someone who will leave me alone sometimes. And not like, not in like a mean way, just like sometimes it's nice to just be alone. Sometimes you like spend some time with them, and then you can just sit in the bathtub for like an hour. Just sit in the bathtub. And then come out, and then, I'm going to take Astalor, and then he's going to take Astalor, and then we'll both have Astalor. So I'll take Korak instead, right? Thanks, Dev. Definitely someone who likes Pokemon, or at least someone that will pretend to like Pokemon, right? I don't know if I should even bother playing that. Red, have you chosen a consent? And what's the purpose of this new patch? I don't know what that means. Like the thing, the little music thing. I haven't picked yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to pick or not. Was it just a Battlegrounds thing? I don't even know. I haven't done anything. Play this and just get something. I'm just gonna play the minion. I don't know if that's right. Would you date a girl that really likes to eat and is breathing if she walks upstairs? I'm not sure what that means. But I think I would like to get in better shape. And I think if I was dating somebody and they wanted that as well, and we could like motivate each other, that would probably be good. Not that I need to date like a super fit person, but like I think it would be good for me. Darn it. I mean, I could do it on my own too, but in so much as so far, I have not done that lately. is for packs and a hero skin. So I can unlock it just by playing like what I'm doing right now, like just by playing arena. Because I'd be down. I can't play Hero Wars. I'm playing Marvel Strike. Thanks for that. Hey, they're both awesome, and I appreciate you checking them out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with I don't think there's anything wrong with playing games like that and enjoying them. I'll just take a shadow spell. I don't mind that. Draw your 2 lowest cost minions. This could actually be pretty powerful if we get Prester. Right now, we might get Mind Eaters. Those are pretty good too. I'm not going to do it right now. Didn't this card used to cost 4? I think you're describing a gym partner. Yeah, well, like somebody, you know, that will go to the gym with you and is your partner. Yeah, sure. Kripali was here this afternoon. If you're familiar with the young man who, he actually, I believe, played an abundance of Marvel Strike Force. I think he initially hated it and then found that he quite enjoyed it. But now he's very cautious about downloading any of the games we do as, you know, sponsored content. And he was adamant about not playing Rise of Kingdoms. And then eventually he was like, fine, I'll download it for you, but like I'm not playing it. And then today, I've barely seen him for like, you know, a month or 2 or whatever. 6 weeks, he's been busy with work, he said. And he came in and he's like, oh, okay, Red, here's my town in Rise of Kingdoms. And he's clearly spent his child's college tuition fund on some sick buildings. I think it was probably worth it, though. Gym partners are nice. You work out, and then you work out, if you know what I mean. Oh, I think so. You're talking about doing disgusting, dirty schmecks, right? Because yeah, I think I'm familiar with the activity. I've done it once or twice. I'm going to play him both. If he can't kill it, this could be pretty strong next turn. If he's investing something inefficiently to kill it, then there's still some value there. Speaking of compatibility issues, if you don't mind sharing what were the main differences that you think made your last relationship not work? Well, without getting into the too much of the details, I would say that the main thing, I'd say it's probably 2 parts, two parts to that, in my opinion. And you know, this young lady might disagree, but 2 things sort of struck me. Is one, I think the streaming lifestyle is kind of, it seems very easy to work around, but in practicality, it's kind of not. I work overnight and I sleep during the day, and part of that like means like I don't always know when I'm going to bed. I don't always know when I'm waking up. Sometimes I sleep 3 hours. Sometimes I sleep 8 hours. Sometimes I'm up at 4 or 5 p.m. Sometimes I'm up at noon. Like planning stuff is very difficult. And I think that in theory, it's not really a big deal, but in practice, I think it was kind of more of a, difficulty than I think initially, you know, may have seemed. And I think I'm just in general, I think from a more from the relationship itself, I'm very like, I don't have like I don't express a ton of emotion. I don't know how to describe it. Like I don't feel a ton of emotion, and I don't like arguing. I don't let a lot of things bother me. And I think a lot of times people will take that as like me not caring. Like I should be like really like emotional and animated and stuff. Like I'll oftentimes say, like if there's like a disagreement, I'll usually say things like you know, like I don't understand why this is a problem. I really don't think this should be an issue. Or I'll say things like, I really don't enjoy this discussion and I find it to be annoying or frustrating. And that's not always the best thing. You know, people don't always want to hear that when they're upset about things. But I'm not doing it to be a jerk. I just, you know, it's like, usually my preference is just like to like watch cartoons or something, you know. I enjoy watching cartoons, or you know, doing you know, whoopee making, or you know, going out for like, you know, skateboarding or something. It sounds tricky. Yeah, the practicality of it, and then sort of just my sort of baseline kind of nature. And you know, like I have emotions, you know, like I like beautiful things, and you know, I get frustrated and sad and stuff, but like I don't know, I feel like I'm very okay, like my computer was really frustrating me. It was broken and I was trying to fix it and I couldn't, and it was frustrating me. And I was trying very adamantly to like not have that affect like anybody I was talking to in a negative way. Like I didn't want to like put that frustration on somebody else. I'm like, it's like you can be like, oh my god, like leave me alone, like oh my god, like this isn't working, like, but it's like, well, I don't know, everybody has problems, and why do I want to like add to someone else's problems? And I feel like a lot of the times in relationships, you know, yeah, I kind of like just adding to other people's problems. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me give him his water, Ellie, now. If you're ever frustrated, blame me. You never frustrate me. You're a wonderful young man. I don't really know that much about you. But yeah, sent me some Pokemon cards, so pretty much a friend for life. You're cool as a cucumber. I wish I was more like that. Yeah. You know, I when I was younger, and while even then I feel, you know, I was very similar to how I was now, I feel like I was much, you know, when you're younger, it's like everything's harder, you know, especially, you know, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, whatever. And like now it's like, man, like I don't want to feel that way. So it's like I kind of just choose not to. And like sometimes, you know, like I can't get a date, but it's like, well, you know, maybe not dating somebody can be nice. You could just, you know, like I said, sometimes you just want to spend time alone. And that's nice. Or maybe you date somebody and they're a jerk. And not dating them is better than dating them. Yeah, sometimes it's an improvement. So, yeah, there's pros and cons. So, I'm 42 and I get angry often. I own a VR arcade. Lots of stupid people mishandling my expensive equipment. So you're living in like the Bahamas, right, or something? The Caribbean? Was that you? I forget. Sorry if that's not you. Somebody owned a VR. Are there two people that own VR arcades here? That would be maybe a little different. Like if people came into my house and like came in and like, you know, ruffled up my Pokemon cards or something, I'd probably be like, oh man, this is fucking annoying. You know? That's me. Tahiti. Okay, yeah, there you go. I'm one of those people that feels emotions deeply and it sucks. I love spending time alone. Yeah. Alone time can be great. Feeling emotions, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like a good deal. And you know, you can't control it. It kind of is what it is. But like, you know, I like relationships for me that have been particularly difficult are when like, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I feel like I've been better lately on the stream, but like I don't have like a particularly like, I think that there's a lot of humor in this world, and I think it's almost wrong to like not point it out sometimes. Like, you know, you should make fun of things and people and yourself, and you know, you know, if people are like offended by it, or if I feel like I have to like walk on eggshells of like what I say or what I do, or I feel like I can't express myself, then those type of relationships are very difficult. I wanted to complain about my dragons, but I guess they really haven't been that bad. I've got two brass wings, but a third one would have been nice. Does Mage always have so many cards? I don't know, man. They really seem to, though. Hell Reaper, thank you for the tier 1 Hell Reaper. Yeah, another brass wing would have been good there. I hope I just top deck like a 2-mana Alexstrasza. That would be helpful. I could wait a turn here. God damn it, Bobby. I'm just gonna wait a turn. If I feel like I have to walk on eggshells, I step away from the friendship. Well, my friends, I've only ever, in my adult life, probably had like 3 friends, and probably like hundreds of acquaintances from work and other you know, streaming and stuff. And I definitely, with friends, no, but like a romantic relationship, sometimes I have felt that way, where it's like, oh, like I better not say this, or ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that, or whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe. What's up, Red? Computer part ever arrive? Well, I got a whole new computer, and that's how we're on right now. But I'm going to try to fix the other one, I am. Is our deck a bunch of Twilight Drakes? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. How many? Do I have 2 amulets in the deck? I forget. Oh yeah, that's getting discarded. I guess I'd rather have this one get objected, though, right? I think just one. Is it just one? I think I have 2 in there. I'm pretty sure I got one from a Discovered Shadow spell minion. The 3/1, or the Death Rattle. It generates one. Wait, you just pinged me in the face? What the hell? You're going to 2, brother. I'm just gonna trade him. Shucks. I thought I was killing him. It's barrier. Did we know that? Did we know that for a certainty? I mean, it saves us some health, I guess, a little bit. Three brass wings? I need more brass wings. I don't know how many death rattles I've had. Maybe I just do it now so I don't die. I guess. Well, that's a pretty bad last dragon, though. So I think I have 1 dragon, 1 amulet, and 1 unknown? No. 1 lighted burns? What's your incentive for Hero Wars? You were able to share this, but understand if you can't. Like, how much are they paying us? I actually don't know. It's not a... I think he might have thought that dealt double damage to my face. We have download goals that I think are 70 downloads. I think 140 and 210. I could look it up, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. And they're going to pay us a couple $100, I think, if we get to each one. Each one's like a couple $100. It's actually a little less lucrative than the Marvel Strike Force one, but I think the pay for playing the game was actually higher. Some companies like prefer one over the other, or they incentivize you one way or the other. Yeah, he might have just been dead and he doesn't care, you know what I mean? Like they might just Like, that's not necessarily a misplay. But yeah, is that a fair answer? I'm not exactly sure, but it's like if we get to 70, they're going to give us like a couple hundred, like $300 or something. Usually the payouts for those type of things are higher for the goals, but again, usually the hourly rate is lower than what I got for this one. So it's actually a better deal in my opinion to just get the money up front. But more downloads means people want to work with you in the future. So that also helps. Even if you don't hit the goals, like any download kind of helps in that regard, because maybe you can get another deal with the same developer or the same, you know, like through Stream Elements or whatever, they can, they'll be more inclined to work with you. You sharing the Marvel Strike Force incentive helped me understand how much the game expects to make out of an average user. Yeah, that stuff I have no idea, but since streaming and learning more about streaming, I've been flabbergasted with the amount of money they offer for like ad budgets and stuff like that. You know, and I considered, you know, our stream historically like relatively small, because it's like the really small streams don't really get any offers or like any lucrative offers, and we're like more like a smallish medium stream in that regard, and like they're still like, if I would consider them fairly substantial. And then you kind of have to like, you know, factor in like what, you know, what someone like, you know, Summit or Amaranth or Crip or like these channels probably make, and it's I'm sure a crazy amount, you know, like five figure hourly rates for sure for some of those channels, for some of those products. And you know, I mean, they provide an audience that not many people in the world can. So, you know, agree or disagree, I think it's good, and the companies must make money off of it, you know, McDonald's or whatever. Mobile games are ridiculously lucrative. I watched like a Instagram reel or a YouTube or something like that, like showing like the top 5 or 10 mobile games, and I can't remember. I think they must have like listed how much money they made in the last year or something, like reported revenue, and it was like 8 games I'd never heard of, and maybe like Raid Shadow Legends or something. And yeah, it was, they like the numbers listed were like just absurd. You're like, wow, like I should invent a mobile game. And you're like, everyone's like, oh, I don't spend any money. Oh, I don't want to spend money on this. Someone's spending money for sure. What if you pass the 210? No. Very rarely have we ever done them and like eclipsed the final incentive or anything like that. You know, if we hit it, I would message them and probably be like, okay, I'm taking it down unless you want to, you know, do you want to like do another 70 or something? Yeah, but that I don't think has ever come up. So I guess I'm brewing this back. We're gonna need to find Prester and then high roll Prester. Marvel Snap makes a lot of money. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know, but you look at Marvel Snap and it's like, you must, I would assume like, wow, like the game is so expensive. Like Marvel Snap is prohibitively expensive to me in ways that like other mobile games kind of maybe aren't. Not to say I haven't spent any money on it. I don't mind buying the battle pass. It's fine. It's $10 a month or whatever. And I play the game enough that I think it's fun, and I like clicking more buttons, so it's cool. But it's like, wow, it's so expensive, they must make a ton. But then you'd be like, well, maybe nobody's spending it, but people must. But it's like, if it was cheaper, maybe you would make the same amount of money and more people would spend it. I don't know. Marvel Strike Force generated 150 million in sales during its first year on the iOS and the Android. Growth continued to 180 and exploded with 300 million in 2020. Good gracious. Yeah, man. That's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot of cheddar. I'm gonna take the Call to the Grave. I'm gonna take the Reckoning too. Reckoning's quite good. Having a counterspell for specifically collateral can be very nice, but probably ain't gonna line up perfect like that, right? 300 isn't even much in the mobile world. Yeah, maybe. You very well may be right. Like I said, I don't know too much about all that. Sure enough, I don't. You're a great streamer with a great personality and a great community. I'd agree with most of that. We do have a great community here. And I guess I'd consider myself a pretty good streamer. Pretty good at Arena. And I chat a lot. And I think some people like that. Except for Tasney's friend, she made watch the stream once, and then they said that I talked too much and they didn't like it. Genshin makes so much. Yeah, maybe Genshin was on the list or something. Genshin's a cool game though. I thoroughly enjoyed Genshin. I didn't spend any money. I didn't spend a dime on Genshin, I don't think. But I loved it, man. That was a cool game. I enjoyed Genshin. I'm not saying I'm not going to play it again either. Deal 8 to a random enemy. That's not very good. I want to get the Reckoning down too, but oh my god, I thought this, oh my god, it just flew out of my hand. I thought it was a Holy Smite. I was like, I'll just smite it. I still love playing it, and I don't spend anything. It's a great breath. It's like a great Breath of the Wild. See, I never played Breath of the Wild. I imagine it would be a better version of Genshin, but I've seen some Breath of the Wild, and I feel like I preferred Genshin. I preferred playing Genshin. Watching Breath of the Wild didn't really inspire me to play it necessarily. Genshin is better? Yeah, I don't know. The music's great. The characters are all sexy babes or like mighty warriors. I don't know, man. I felt like I could do anything in that game and not spend money. I didn't really feel like I had to spend money to like... That is a good draw. Like, I didn't feel like I had to spend money in order to like progress. I could just do whatever I wanted. All right, let's get some. I'm gonna what? Okay, those are good. Those are good cards for me. All right, one there, one there, one there. So I'm gonna blast. Oh, you know what? Let's actually play this one because he's got an Astalor in his hand, right? Weapons that break is an annoying mechanic. Yeah, that's in Breath of the Wild, right? That seems annoying as shit. Hopefully he hits our raid boss a bunch, right? Yeah, that wasn't very good for him, huh? Wow. Cool. What I like about this meta is I really don't feel like somebody plays an Astalor and the game is over. It does feel like, yeah, maybe I can contest an Astalor. And then I had a couple of 4-mana, Elder Legendary Dragons. Oh, I don't know either. If anybody is messaging me on Discord, this computer, I'm trying not to run Discord at the same time as running Hearth and OBS. Not that it was impossible, but it was kind of, I think it was kind of reaching its limitations. Contest an Astalor with a 4-mana raid boss, yeah. It's a good card, but I think I have a reasonable curve. I think I'm down to look for like Mind Eaters or a good 3-drop. All right, let's trade this thing. Yeah. I'm gonna try to respond. Sometimes people message me on Discord. I'm gonna try to do that with my phone. I need to remember to bring my phone over here. Do Discord on your phone? Yeah, exactly. I could open it here, but guy's got a good curve. He does indeed. Oh, I need to grab my blankie. Okay, after this game, I gotta go for blankie and phone. Prester's good. Could it ever be good enough? Might just be too slow. It's better to charge large sums. You look for whales? Yeah, I don't know. They probably know. I mean, I'm sure they know a lot more than I do, right? I don't know. I guess Hearthstone, like, if you look at it, like,